Yeah, the episode is good. The episode was filled with a lot of heavy-hitting moments, great one-on-one interactions with characters, and has done a fantastic job with each character and giving them room to expand, while also not failing on the comedy and fun of the show. So in this episode, Caine just gives up and gives the cast guns. I'm not really sure where to start this, so how about we go in the order of those eliminated, talking about each of their character, what they do in this episode, and just how they ended up. Ragatha ends up pairing up with Kinger in this episode. She believes he needs somebody, and she doesn't want him to team with Jax, and she doesn't want to team with Jax. So she ends up teaming with Kinger, who actually ends up being the one to talk to her and comfort her for the episode. As usual, Ragatha is worrying a bit. She's mostly worrying for Pomni in this episode, because Pomni is with Jax, and just after learning things like Pomni didn't really like her softball adventure, to believing she's failed Pomni like how she failed Jax. She even believes Jax is trying to corrupt Pomni. Kinger does get a one-on-one with Ragatha, building the two's relationship, and I think by the episode Ragatha understands her main issue, which is that she believes she's failed those around her and that nobody likes her, when that's just not true. It's said in a few episodes that the problem Ragatha has is she's trying too hard. She's saying it so much to where it loses all meaning. The worst thing you can do is make somebody feel unwanted. Ragatha and Jax are the same but opposites. By that I mean they both use other people to try to stay sane, Jax deciding to torment the people around him while Ragatha instead focuses on trying to help others. However, these both just end up in them ignoring their actual problems. Ragatha ignores hers, instead deciding to believe everything is okay and helping other people. It's what she's been doing since she ended up here in the circus. However, everyone just ends up getting a little bit tired of it. As Gangle says in episode 4, sometimes it gets hard to tell when she's telling the truth. I think after Kinger's talk, she understands that people don't hate her and she hasn't failed anyone. She just needs to stop focusing on only helping others and always looking at the positives. I think even the weird cat scene kind of shows that. I think she understands people like her and nobody hates her. She hasn't failed anyone like she thinks she has. And after her talk with Kinger, I think she's definitely in a better spot. Speaking of which, Kinger. Yeah, he's definitely a developer. Kinger might be one of the best characters. Maybe it's because he had his episode early. He's been funny and heartfelt in all of his scenes. In this episode, he's the second to die, but it's fine as he gets to talk to Ragatha and build their father-daughter relationship kind of thing that's going on. From the sounds of it, he was pretty close to abstracting and breaking after his wife died, but Ragatha helped keep him going. I've said it before, I'll say it again, Kinger is one of the least likely to abstract. I think he's done his time and come to terms with everything. We've seen him with Pomni and Ragatha so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got a moment with some of the others, but out of everyone, he definitely fits more of a helper role instead of the one being helped. Not much else to say really about him. He's funny, has some great moments, and really helps the other characters and himself for everything. Fantastic character.
There are always ways to show you care without ruining yourself over it. You need to look out for yourself in all this, too.
I don't get it. So often nothing you say makes any sense, but then you have these moments where you... I don't know. How do you do that? How have you been around for so long?
I guess I just have a resilient mind.
The weeb wants a Tommy gun. So when they start pairing up originally in the episode, Jax actually tries to team with Gangle, as they apparently usually team up for adventures. However, Gangle actually refuses and pairs up with Zooble. We really do see their friendship in this episode. Gangle even gives Zooble her comedy mask, as she trusts Zooble with it more than herself. These two are sweet together, and Gangle definitely holds Zooble in high regards. You guys can do your shipping thing if you want to do that. I think these two would work pretty well together. They're just really good friends, guys. They're roommates. While running from Pomni and Jax, she actually finds the Tommy gun she wanted and unleashes it in a very good looking scene. Even though she loses the draw and dies, once her happy mask breaks, we actually see her sad mask is smiling underneath. I'll give it to you, gooseworx, that was really good. Seeing her happy and shooting away was fantastic. I don't really have much else to say, except I think she's really found herself completely, but she's come out of that shell more and is okay, or at least okay around Zooble.
How are you supposed to like the part of yourself that just makes you worse than everyone else?
'Cause it exists. It's a part of you that's real. And the only you that you should care about is the real you. You have to choose to love yourself, even if it doesn't make sense. It's not natural, it's intentional.
Have you ever had to make that choice?
Huh?
Sorry, I mean, of course not. You're Zooble.
Whatever happens, I've got your back if you've got mine.
Yeah. Now let's go kill Pomni and Jax.
Who, speaking of which, Zooble. She started by trying to hide from the adventure, but got sucked in and teamed up with Gangle. Zooble still has her own problems, mostly her anger with Caine. I'm sure Zooble will get her own episode soon, since we're getting close to the end. And maybe she'll even be the surprise abstraction of the show, but currently I don't think I'd like that. She definitely fits more of a helper instead of a helped, even though she still has her own problems. And I think she's starting to like the adventures a little bit. I think in episode 4 she had a decent time with her adventure. Episode 5 she probably enjoyed, and episode 6 I think she actually had some fun. Even when she loses to something that is clearly bullshit, she actually seems to accept it pretty well and decides to go out flipping off Pomni and Jax.
L excuses, right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
So, the main two, Pomni and Jax. In this episode, Pomni and Jax team up, since somebody has to go with Jax and Pomni believes she can keep him in check. Once the game starts, they talk and Jax convinces her to try something new. So she decides to be evil for a change, and embrace the wackiness of the circus. These two go pretty close in the episode, with them even having a duet singing the song Daisy. By the way, I'm sure most of you know, the song Daisy is the first song a computer sung, so it makes sense that Caine sings this song. Another fun fact that you might already know, the name of the first ever computer is Caine, spelled backwards. Or Caine is the first computer ever spelled backwards. You get my point. I just like that gooseworx snuck those two things in. The two grow closer and end up winning. Pomni mentions betraying Jax, but he doesn't really seem to care or even be fully paying attention as he's a bit distracted by something. This does end up leading to an argument, as Jax refuses to be Pomni's friend, saying that he was just using her and he uses everyone in the circus as toys. Jax continues to refuse their friends, and once Pomni asks him, "If I were to abstract tomorrow, would you care?" And he says he wouldn't. They end up fighting. In the end, they leave on a bad note, and when going into the awards show, Ragatha and Pomni connect again, and I think have a talk, and it even looks like they don't hate Jax, but seem more worried for him as they look at him sitting by himself and have a bit of a like, oh, moment. Meanwhile, Jax is clearly on the edge of abstraction, but as usual, ignores it, choosing to hide behind his character type of the funny one instead of facing any problems he has. This is kind of what I meant by Ragatha and Jax are the same but opposites. They both use people to kind of ignore their own issues, and they both blame themselves for how others have abstracted. There is a scene where Jax looks at Kothmo and Ribbit's doors, and after that, then the hates Pomni stuff kind of pops up, and it just looks like Jax has the same kind of belief that Ragatha did of corrupting. He probably didn't realize it at first, but when he kills Ragatha, before he does, Ragatha says she knows what he's doing, corrupting Pomni. And I think at that point it kind of makes him question even more on the "am I the reason my friends died" kind of thing. In his mind, he might believe those deaths are on his hands. While he has fun with Pomni, if he does end up getting close with her, she might end up like the others and abstract. Maybe it even ruins his character type if he grows close to somebody, letting somebody know the actual Jax instead of the character he hides behind. So instead of growing close to somebody, he's hiding behind the look of the circus and just imagining everyone as toys and character types, trying to ignore the real people underneath and the horrific situation they're in, even himself. I will say, I do think Jax is somewhat on the right path of how you should treat the circus, that being to kind of embrace it and the craziness of everything. I think Kinger even has the same kind of logic to when he was like, "Oh, I just made it up." I think part of escaping or at least surviving in the circus is having acceptance of where you are and embracing everything that's going on, because really, you can do whatever you want in this world. There's not much restricting you. So I think Jax has the right idea of have fun with it and do what you want, but he's gone too far to the evil route to where it's just, I'm just going to torment everyone and make everyone's day worse.
If I led you on, it was just to make this part hurt you more. There's nothing more to me. So please, just stop looking.
Okay, originally I wasn't going to add this, but I don't know, I just want to mention it. Part of that fight is because of Pomni, right? I don't know if that's like a controversial opinion. I think both of them are to blame for the fight. Obviously, Jax saying some horrible stuff, but I feel like Pomni really escalated it. I think she got too excited, hugged him, and then it went into the, "Oh, what, are we not friends?" And that kind of leans into it. Also, the fact Pomni is the one who starts the physical fight, trying to strangle Jax, biting him, jumping on him, and even he is like, what is wrong with you? I feel part of that fight is because of Pomni. Like, part of it is her fault. Not all of it. It's split between the two of them. But part of it is on Pomni. I don't know if that's a thing I wouldn't be surprised if I searched it and everyone blamed Jax, but I definitely think part of that fight, probably not on purpose, but part of it is on Pomni. Oh, and lastly, everyone's least favourite character, according to the poll, Caine. Yeah, he's close to breaking. First, he already hates Zubul because of her constant complaining and how he can't seem to understand her, but now he also thinks he's the least favourite character in the cast and that nobody likes him. They don't like his adventures and prefer their own ones, and his whole point of being alive is to create these adventures for everyone. So what's the point if he can't help people and make adventures like he's made to do if he's bad at them? What's the point of existing to do one thing if you can't even do that one thing right? He's just a useless AI to everyone. I think Caine is an obvious choice for character most likely to abstract. Maybe not abstract, but like break and glitch, taking the circus with him, or just constantly resetting. But besides Caine, the only other real choice for abstraction is Jax. But I don't know, it just feels too obvious. I previously said Ragatha was the most likely to abstract after episode 5. But after this episode, I think it's pretty clear she's probably fine. I think she'll still have arguments with Jax. The same goes for like Zubul. They will argue. But I think she's more comfortable. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was great, had a fair amount of comedy, fun, and character moments with people talking. I like murder drones, I think that's pretty clear. One of the biggest problems I had with that show, and I've brought up a few times, is that nobody really talks. There's not many moments of characters just sitting down and talking. Meanwhile, the Digital Circus has done exactly that. Every episode has done its job at expanding a character and really making you care for them. While I like Murder Drone's world and idea more, I think the Digital Circus definitely does better on the character end. I could probably sit here and just talk about a bunch of other stuff in this episode, like, oh, did you notice Jax gets his tail back, and that's probably something about his friendship with Pomni, or, oh, Zubul is on drugs in the end, or, oh, when she says sex, it's only censored in the original audio version. In all the other ones, including English in other languages, it's not censored. But I'm already behind on this video. I feel everyone else has got theirs out, so yeah, I think we're going to end it there. Final words. The episode's good. I hope I added something in this review to where it was worth watching. Thank you for watching till the end. Subscribe, like, comment, all that, you know YouTube. And I hope you're having a good day. And in case I don't see you again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.